Yeah, it's me again. So check it out.
This is the Screencast for Lecture 8, Semester 2. The subject of this screencast is cynicism. Cynicism as a philosophy, cynicism as a practice. And we'll be looking at the impact of cynicism on our attitudes towards institutions and, crucially, business. In this section, I wanted us to think about the extent of cynicism in society today and to consider the potential costs as well as benefits of a cynical attitude in the public at large. Evidence suggests that cynicism is rife in children. Surveys show we're cynical towards each other. We're cynical about our political leaders. We're cynical about business, and that's understandable in the light of recent events regarding the financial crisis. It's not as if business has a great historical reputation in terms of ethical behaviour. It's not really a recent thing. Have a look at these my top 5 business-related conspiracy theories. Business plot to introduce a fascist government in the States. Number 5, the IBM alliance with the Nazis. Money laundering, preventing the financial collapse in 2008. And the founder of PayPal, Peter Thiel, having, shall we say, Nazi sympathies. If you don't believe me, it's in Microplace, PayPal Microplace. Can you see the swastika? It's true. Number 1 business-related conspiracy theory is this.
Welcome to Livermore, California, home of the longest burning light bulb in the world. My name's Lynn Owens, and I am chairman of the Light Bulb Committee. It was in 1972 when we discovered that the light bulb that was hanging in the fire station was a significant light bulb.
The light bulb at the Livermore fire station has been burning continuously since 1901. Ironically, the bulb has already outlasted 2 webcams.
This is the light bulb conspiracy. The idea that planned obsolescence is deliberately engineered into our products, and this was something that started with the production of the light bulb under the auspices of a cartel back in the early 1900s. So, are there any benefits to cynicism, widespread public cynicism? This was a case I wanted to make towards the end of this part of the lecture, and we certainly don't want to be like the character Pollyanna, who basically saw the good in everything. In a society like ours, with information overload, with power, lots of power concentrated in the hands of few people, cynicism is a healthy thing. It guards against lies. It helps us to question power. It helps us to resist authority. But all that cynicism, according to Mazzella, is not always beneficial. We can't survive without cynicism, but can we progress? Can our political business, as well as other institutions, can they progress and contribute to the well-being of society if all they encounter is widespread disbelief? Mazzella argues, no, they can't. Cynicism is good in terms of helping us survive a complex, information-rich society like ours, not so good when it comes to progress. Cynicism is a powerful and necessary force. That's been the argument so far. Without it, we are stuffed in an information-rich society like ours. The cynicism that Diogenes stood for was all about resisting power. It was about questioning authority. It was about cooking a snoop at the elite. And that's the type of cynicism that is concerned with achieving some form of change. But the problem with cynicism is that while it makes us want change, while it makes us disgruntled with our situation, it doesn't show us how we can achieve change. It doesn't offer real alternatives. But there's a more worrying form of cynicism, which is distinct, I think, from the ethical, political cynicism that Diogenes advocated and which has been emulated in popular culture by various figures down the centuries. And this corrosive form of cynicism I call Cynicism, a combination of strategy and cynicism, i.e. cynicism for strategic personal gain. Corporate social responsibility is a good example of this. Being good to achieve good profits, for example. Mazzella points to another form of strategic cynicism. He refers to this as the master cynics, who exploit the irrationality of the public for their own ends. A great example of this is the media, and in this final clip we feature Adam Curtis, who did a great film about the role of the media in stoking up public fears and paranoia.
"30 years ago, journalists bravely exposed the corruption of those in power, like Richard Nixon. But now, the news and television programs have ended up taking serious threats to society and exaggerating and distorting them. By doing this, they have created a widespread mood of fear in society and a suspicion of those who lead us. And in the process, millions of us have become exactly like Richard Nixon, paranoid. And if any politician tried to do what Roy Jenkins did 40 years ago, to change Britain for the better, against public opinion, we and the press would destroy them. But there is one difference between us and Richard Nixon. He told his psychiatrist that when he looked in the mirror in the morning, there was no one there. When we look in the mirror in the morning, we think we're too fat.